Vercingetorix united Gaul,
a feat even Julius Caesar was afraid of. Caesar remarked, "A united Gaul forming a single nation animated by the same spirit can defy the universe." This seems like high praise for a nation he considered to be barbarians, but he had a reason to be wary of the Celtic people. They did defeat Rome and sack the city in 390 BC, leaving a lasting memory for Romans of the tall people in the north who wore blue paint and whose hair burned red like their fighting spirit. Julius Caesar, with aspirations to rule Rome, saw Gaul as his chance to win more influence among the Romans. Unfortunately for him, a newly anointed king of the Arverni tribe sought to bring an end to Roman subjugation.
Vercingetorix.
With the name meaning victor of 100 battles, the Gauls thought they had finally found their protector and gave him supreme command of the united armies. It would end in tragedy, but for a moment, Vercingetorix and the Gallic people saw the light of freedom, even if it was covered in darkness by Julius Caesar himself. The moment I want us to look at is that brief glimpse of freedom the Gauls felt, the Battle of Gergovia in 52 BC. The Celts delivered a devastating loss, so what was he thinking after this? Did he at least for a moment think his dreams of Roman dominance were gone? After a career in the military and being hailed as this hero of Rome, being appointed to the triumvirate, massive popularity among the people, losing in Gaul must have felt like he let down generations of Romans who already feared the Celtic tribes invading Rome once again. Now, history tells us Julius Caesar was a man of determination, but he was still human, with human thoughts and human emotions. In between the relentless work ethic and determination to win, there leaves room for some self-doubt to creep in. Was this undertaking too grand for Rome? Did he underestimate a united Gallic front? The dead Romans before him were perhaps a warning sign from Mars himself to tread carefully, as the Gauls presented a heavy challenge.
On the other side, we have Vercingetorix.
The Battle of Gergovia must have been thrilling to feel, to see Roman soldiers retreating and running from his people. If only were not for the losses they suffered, could they have repelled the Roman legions once and for all? Of course, the thrill of victory must have been short-lived once the dead were accounted for. His army now dwindled, and though we don't have exact estimates on the casualties, it was enough for them to pursue Caesar into the subsequent Battle of Vengeance and lose.
Vercingetorix was forced to retreat into Elysia,
where he eventually lost and surrendered to Caesar. Caesar writes that he and other tribal leaders rode up to him on horseback, removed his armor, and knelt at the soon-to-be emperor's feet. The once proud Celtic king was now forced to endure his remaining days in chains, awaiting his eventual execution. It would take 5 years before he was paraded around Rome in honor of Caesar's victory and executed. I wonder, during those years he was in prison, did he think back to Gergovia and contemplate the mistakes made in the aftermath? A free Gaul would not be seen for almost another 500 years once the Roman Empire began to crumble.
But for a brief moment in time, Vercingetorix inspired that dream for so many Celtic people,
seeking freedom from Roman advances. He wouldn't be forgotten in France, as Napoleon III would erect a statue in 1865 of the once Gallic king. The statue's inscription reads, "Gaul united, forming a single nation, animated by a common spirit, can defy the universe." The former Gallic king might have been defeated and beaten by Caesar.
Vercingetorix's vision of a free Gaul
might not have come true in his lifetime, but his bravery for him and his people against one of the world's most powerful empires would be remembered for centuries to come.